a year are dying from cancer and its treatments around the world. Think about it for a second. Just in the last 50 years, we have almost 50 million people dying from cancer and its treatments. So it's one of the worst pandemics we've ever seen, and it's not getting any better with conventional medicine. So what we're seeing with naturopathic oncologists and integrative medical doctors who have left traditional oncology and have gone to, an integrative holistic approach is that these stage 4 and end stage cancers that were given, these people were given 2 weeks left to live, 4 weeks left to live through lifestyle, diet, environment, and emotional healing changes, actually, not all the time, but many of them are reversing cancer completely.
When we're looking at just overall cancers, what we need to do is we need to have an emphasis on nutrition. So we need good micronutrients, good minerals. Magnesium is a big part of that. Magnesium is a mineral that's needed in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. Magnesium directly impacts the lymphatic system. So when I'm looking at my patients that are coming to me for lymphatic disorders or cancer or an assortment of impairments of their lymphatics, I'm measuring and analyzing their magnesium levels. And across the board, they have chronically low and suboptimal levels. So when we raise the magnesium levels every day by nutritional supplementation, eating good foods that are mineral dense in magnesium, we'll notice, and we see it in the scans, obviously with women, I'm recommending that they get rid of their, burn their wire bras and have, bra burning parties. But importantly for men too, when I work with men with prostate cancer, I'm also seeing constriction with their underwear and their pants. And so we're looking at a physical constriction of the lymphatic system long-term can prevent that normal pattern of flow for the lymphatic system. And that becomes really critical as a preventative tool. And the other things that we look at in terms of cancer prevention is, meditation, stress management, and also the emotional side of cancer. I work with a lot of women, and I have been able to disseminate based on what side, left or right, or both, which side they have the cancer cells in, there's going to be an emotional link. So we'll see a masculine side, we'll see a feminine side. They're indicators that there was maybe a bad relationship with a father or bad relationship with a husband or ex-husband or a mother, a sister, an aunt, a grandmother. And that also plays a big role in the lymphatic system because the lymphatics hold our emotions. So when people hold their emotions in, they don't cry, they don't release the emotions, we see that accumulation in the lymphatic system as well. So speaking of cancer and emotions, cancer is an angry state. And that we can see exhibited by anger or deeply rooted emotions that have been buried and stuffed away. But that anger, it is very toxic to the body. And there is definitely a deep, deep emotional connection. And, we're not always going to see traditional medicine go the route of dealing with emotions and releasing emotions and having a good cry fest, and that releases the lymphatics. But it's really important not to stuff our emotions away. We're emotional beings, and we have to let life flow. And the flow of life and the flow of our world, it's all lymphatic flow. And an interesting kind of perspective about flow, the lymphatic system specifically is motivated by the negative ionization when people walk along the shoreline. So I grew up in Florida. I came back home to start my practice in Florida. And so one of my prescriptions for patients would be to go hit the beach for like a 10, 15-minute drive. Say, go hit the beach. I want you to walk 30 minutes or an hour along the shoreline. So literally have your feet kind of in that kind of wet sand as the water is coming up and down. And that will literally help move the fluid of the body as well. So lymphatically, we don't necessarily have to go out and exercise and rebound and do some of these really intense lymphatic motivators, but having a good cry session if you're feeling pent up angst, or taking a walk along the shoreline, or walking and just gently breathing deep